38 Test match hundreds. Now just Sachin Tendulkar, the great Sachin Tendulkar, sits ahead of him. Special.
Great privilege to watch, really, both today, seeing him knock off those milestones. Lovely warm embrace with Ben Stokes when he got to his 38th 100. Little kind of self-conscious waves when he passed Dravid and Callis and then Ponting. But a great privilege to have seen that career unfold in its entirety. We were there in Nagpur. You remember he kind of waltzed out jauntily. His first Test innings, KP was in the middle and he just said, "Hey up lad, what's happening?" And now 12, 13 years later, you know, he's almost overhauled the best of the rest. Yeah, fantastic.
He might not get to Sachin Tendulkar, and even if he doesn't, his position in number 2 may never be beaten.
I don't think so. With the way the world is evolving with the sport, people taking up all 3 formats, and in all fairness, the interest in Test cricket dwindling down a bit, I don't see anybody getting close to that. Forget Joe Root, anybody in the top 10, I would find it very, very surprising if anybody gets displaced. Barring Steven Smith, who is right now in 10,000s, to come into this list, I don't see anyone getting close to this list.
But you've looked at the numbers of what it would take to go past Sachin.
Yeah, so over his career, he's getting about 85 runs a Test match, but in recent times, he's up that. He's got 2,100 since COVID, since around about early 2021. So he's getting more than 85 runs a Test. So at that rate, he's going to need between 25, 30 Test matches to get there at the rate that England play them, which is probably around about 12 or 13 a year. We're looking at 2 years, 2.5 years, maybe somewhere between 2 and 3 years before he knocks the great man off the top of the perch.
What he's always said, though, about milestones, and he's been pretty honest with it, in his early days when he was a youngster, he did think about personal milestones. Now, therefore, down the line, it's sort of when eventually he stops, like he said on that interview with myself at Lord's, when he's a granddad and he's sat in the armchair, that's perhaps the moment when he'll look back and reflect on these milestones.
Yeah, it was quite surprising listening to Ricky Ponting today. He said that he actually didn't know a lot of his records till one day when he finished, and when he looked back at it, that's when he knew what the numbers were. And knowing Joe Root, and I asked him this question during the SA20, I asked him, becoming the highest run getter would be important to you, or winning an Ashes series away? And he said, without battling an eyelid, I want to win an Ashes series in Australia. That tells you everything about the man.
I think it's a great lesson for any youngster watching, actually. Why do you play the game? You play the game because you love it. The sense of enjoyment shines through his batting, I think, and his cricket in general. But also, why do you play? You play for your teammates, you play for your team, you play for the moments that you enjoy. In time to come, he'll look back at all the milestones, and he's going to break every record for England going, and maybe some world records as well along the way. But there's time to reflect on that. For now, there's a match to win, there's a series to win, there's moments to enjoy in the dressing room with his teammates. And they are, I think, all of us who retire, they're probably the things that you do remember when you finish. You remember the warmth of the dressing room and the friendship of your teammates. You don't really remember, you know, how many runs I got in this season or that season. So it's a lesson really on why you play the game as much as anything.
And all the runs he's scored, there haven't been too many that have been crudded through mid-wicket like that. It's been brilliant to watch.
He's so easy on the eye, isn't it? It's beautiful to watch. Generally, you associate beauty with left-handers. But with Joe Root, he's actually one of those right-handers you would love to watch. He's very easy, plays the ball so late. It almost feels like he just times consistently more than bludgeoning a ball, which you're used to seeing with white ball cricket playing such a big role in cricket these days. So I enjoy watching Joe Root bat. I've seen the other side of him, trying to bludgeon a ball in SA20 when I played with him. But the fact that he's still trying there, here I think it comes a lot more naturally to him. And I enjoy watching Joe Root because he plays with a smile.
Yeah.
You almost know he's always approachable. You can go have a conversation with him. I can go right now and have a conversation and he'll just talk to me like he's achieved nothing, and that I enjoy the most about a Joe Root.
Yeah, there is a humility there. I think.
Well, the celebration when he got past Ponting wasn't a celebration,
yeah, no,
it was an acknowledgement.
Exactly. He knew all about it, and it was nice that the crowd knew all about it because they were right on it. But of his batting, I would use 2 words: rhythm and tempo. He's a beautifully rhythmical player when you watch him back and forward, and there's a lovely flow to his game. But I also agree with DK, there's a great humility about him as a person as well. And that's why it's a very popular player to watch him go on and break all these records. There are very few people in this ground that won't want Joe Root, even though he's a Yorkshireman, who won't want him to do well here today.
No, I keep thinking about people like Joe Root because in a world full of instant gratification, he's one of those anomalies who's played the long game, taken time, worked on his game, improved on it. He's seen so many ups and downs through his career. He's had a good time as a captain towards the back end. He had it hard. He's done it all.